What's happening guys, it's Abhinav from PhoneBunch, and for a long time we haven't taken a look at a budget smartphone. This one is a Micromax Canvas Spark 2 Plus, running Android Marshmallow, priced at just Rs 4000. So folks, this is the box that the Canvas Spark 2 Plus comes in. You get it in 3 colors. You have metallic grey, gold and a copper gold color. We were able to just get it in the grey color because it sold out pretty quickly. Coming to specs, you have a 1.3 GHz quad-core MediaTek MT6580M, 5-inch FWVGA display, 1GB of RAM, 8GB of storage, and you have fixed focus 5 and 2 megapixel cameras here. But before we get to anything else, let's have a look at what we get inside the box. So first up is the Micromax Canvas Spark 2 Plus. I'll keep that aside for the time being. Let's see what else we have. So first up is a micro USB to USB data syncing and charging cable. It does look good in quality. Next up we have a headset. Now we have seen this previously from Micromax as well. These do sound quite alright, nothing special. Then we have a USB wall charger. It is rated at 700 milliamps, so it is going to take quite a bit of time to charge that 2000 milliamp hour removable battery. Next up you have a warranty card. You have some SAR information, which I know many of you do like to know about. So there you have it. And last but not least, you do get a screen guard within the box, which is always great to see, especially for a budget device. So this is everything that we get inside the box. So folks, this is the Micromax Canvas Spark 2 Plus in metallic grey color. It actually looks pretty neat. Now at first glance, this device does look pretty good. What are your thoughts on it? Do mention that in the comment section. Let me just remove this plastic covering the device. And actually it doesn't look like a phone that costs just Rs 4000. It is quite well built. From the front, it is pretty boring. But at the back, there is some interesting design going on. Now let me just open this back cover. The back cover in itself seems to be quite sturdy as well. It doesn't seem to be flimsy. It is quite well built. And coming to the insides, you have 2 separate SIM card slots here. One is a full-size SIM card slot and one micro. And you also have a separate micro SD card slot. Now let's put in the battery and we'll power on the phone for the very first time. Overall, the build does seem to be pretty decent over here. So folks, we have now started booting up the device. You can see the Canvas branding right there. And while the phone boots up, let's have a look around the device first. So on the left of the device, there is nothing. You can see right there, it's absolutely clean. On the right of the device, you have the volume rocker as well as the power button. The volume rocker is quite sturdy, the power button is a bit mushy, and this phone does feel a bit hefty for some reason, I don't know. It does seem a bit bulky as well. At the top you have the 3.5mm audio jack as well as the micro USB data syncing and charging port. At the bottom you just have the primary microphone, and moving to the back you have that sort of a Nexus 6P sort of a design at the top. You have the 5 megapixel fixed focus camera, LED flash, Micromax branding. It is still using the old Micromax logo, and at the bottom the speakerphone. In the front you have a 5 megapixel camera, proximity and light sensors along with the main earpiece, and just below that 5-inch FWVGA display you have capacitive buttons which don't light up. Now this display is really bad. I mean, very poor viewing angles, it looks pixelated, but you have to keep in mind that the price of the phone is just about 4000 rupees. Now coming to that rear camera, this is again a budget device. You can't do much with a fixed focus camera. Now actually the Canvas Spark, the original one which was launched I think last year, that actually had a decent camera and a better display as well. And didn't feel this bulky. Now the new budget Micromax smartphones are running on what Micromax likes to call Indus OS, which incorporates multilingual support right out of the box. So it asked us which language we preferred. You could choose English, Bangla, Marathi, presumably Punjabi as well. I don't remember exactly. We chose English. I'll just show you all the languages that are present there. But before we get to that, you can see right here that we are running Android 6.0 Marshmallow right out of the box. And well, it is not going to be updated further as we have seen with most Micromax devices. Now out of the box you'll get about just 3 gigs of storage, which is quite less, especially if apps are not movable. Now I'll see if you can adopt the external storage to make it part of the internal one, and you have about 340-350 odd MB RAM after the first boot. Pretty decent there. Overall, the experience is quite stock. The only difference here in this OS or that keyboard that you see right here, it supports translation, transliteration, and works really well and really fast. You do need to be connected to the internet for this to work though. Overall, yes, it does do a pretty bang up job. Now these are all the languages that you can convert the entire interface into, but there is a bit of a disparity. Some things still remain in English, so it's not a complete transformation, but for the most part it does work out quite well. The Hindi keyboard is pretty decent as well, and you can see translation works there too. So at least there is some thought that has gone into this. Now you can always switch back to the sort of stock launcher by just changing the home option in the settings of the previous Indus launcher, which now brings me to performance. Now web browsing was just about decent here. I did notice a bit of stutter with scrolling, images and text did take a little bit of time to render, but given the budget pricing of the device, I won't complain much about that. Now even after opening so many apps, I just went back to Chrome and you can see that it is still kept in memory. So memory management for now does seem to look pretty decent, but there are no apps installed apart from the ones that we got and some bundled apps as well. Now you have to remember this phone costs just Rs 4,000 and for that it seems to be pretty decently well built. Now we are going to test it further over the next couple of weeks to come out with the result if this is the best entry-level smartphone that you can get. But for first impressions, it does look to be pretty decent. There aren't many great options in this price segment. Well folks, that's it for this video. If you enjoyed the content, do hit that like button, do hit that subscribe button as well to stay updated on all our videos. Thanks for watching and as always, have a great day.